Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trader Tim, probably soon called Tim Talks Stocks. I am your host, Tim, and today I'm going to be talking stocks. We're going to be talking what we're watching going into the market open today. First, we're going to check out the SPY. So the SPY seems to be caught in a range, right? We're in this downward trend. We're moving down off the highs from the first of the year. This 428 level seems important, and why that's noteworthy right now is we just lost that in the pre-market. Oh, we just got it back. So that'll be something to watch, that 428 level, as we move into the market open. Now, we did gap up. We're kind of selling back down. We'll see where this heads a little closer to the open. The Qs are doing pretty much the same thing. Now, I've curated a list of stocks based on a number of factors. Previous day gaps. We've got volume this morning. Usually I'll incorporate earnings and things of that nature. There are no great earnings stocks this morning. So we'll leave that out the list for now. Also high volume stocks. So let's jump right into it. Amazon. Typically I don't look at Amazon. I don't trade Amazon. What I like about it is we've got this gap here. So, and it's not indicative of a way that it'll move. It could move back into this larger trend between 3,000 and 3,500, or it could sell back down. Either way, we're going to see volatility today. Could be interesting. CrowdStrike, again, we got the same pop, right? We could move back into this trend zone, or we could sell back down and fill this gap. Either way, we're going to see volatility. One second, please, for technical support. Okay. It might just be my monitor. Anyways, Apple. We're going with Apple. Apple, this... I've got Apple on here just because it is a high volume stock. It has been a very high volume stock for quite some time. We've been on this downward trend since about the same time the SPY turned. Actually, since December 1st, not the first of the year. And we're coming up against this important level at 158. It might be 155. It might be, I don't think it's 150. I think where I had it is good. 159. It might be 160, actually. Regardless, it's in this general area. I think it's 160, where we're just... It's right there, 158.32, 158.50. There's a level there, and we're going to see, we've got a wedge pattern forming. We're going to see sell-off, I think, or we're going to pop through the top. One of the two is going to happen. We need to watch. What is for certain is volatility. It's it gets the volume. It gets the volume. This is, we're going to Monday. Monday is a stock I called out last night. We got this perfect double bottom forming on the daily. I didn't take any shares in it because I'm a dickhead, apparently. But Monday double bottomed. Now, there's nothing in the pre-market, right? This is probably something that'll go away for day trading. But, there's stuff on the level, too. It could have gotten out right here. We were capable of getting out right here. So, we'll go to AMD next. AMD has been very, very volatile this spring so far and late winter. I guess it's still late winter. Spring has not sprung yet. We're in this downward wedge since the beginning of January, beginning of December. Correct me. Sorry, I'll correct myself. And we're wedging down, and we're going to see probably selling through this support level down to... I hope it doesn't go to 74, but if it does, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy it and I'll put it in my long term. DocQ is a stock that is selling down off of earnings. They did super well during the worst months of the pandemic, obviously, because they were an isolation stock, right? And now that people are less and less in isolation, we're coming out of the pandemic. It seems like, not all the way, but it seems like we're coming out of it. This stock has now sold down overnight 16%. Now, I'm not going to tell you which way to go with anything, but what I like on a stock like this is when we've pretty much gapped down. I mean, we've gapped down a lot, right? I just showed you we were at $325 or $315 less than a year ago, and we're down to $71, or $75. What I think is we're going to see buying at the open. I think we're going to get some buying, and it's probably going to be one that I watch with a lot of interest at the open. Oxy is obligatory right now. They've been on a tear. We got a gap down 1.65%. The daily, we've had a resistance at this $60 level, and the fun might be over. Man, I was in it down here. Like, I'd bought it over here somewhere, and I sold it, and I did not get to experience this. I've been trading it in the pops, but I had a swing on it, and I got rid of it, which was dumb. Cisco apparently. Why do I have Cisco on here? I think it's a volume stock. Yeah, Cisco has high volume today, 1.53 million. They don't have a significant gap either way, and they don't have a ton of volume. I don't see where. I mean, it must be this right here, the last candle from yesterday. So probably just going to get rid of it. JD's been moving this morning. I haven't watched JD in a long time. We had a significant gap yesterday. Not significant. We had a 50-cent gap yesterday, and further sell-off like $4 or $5. So we'll kind of see where they go. Previous day closed down here at 52.50. So, I mean, the way that stocks have been erratic, this could be at $60 today. We'll just kind of keep an eye on it. Rivian's trash. Is your broker have shares for short? It's the only way you take this. I was just talking about buying a gap down stock for a pop at the open. This one might pop too, but it's garbage, and I won't be watching it. It's on here because it's gapped down so far, and people will probably have interest in seeing it, but it won't be me. In fact, I'm taking it off. I will leave it on for the time being. It is very much in play. Asana, this is on here. I traded it yesterday. Don't have a lot going on. They are popping up 1.68%, but this is on here because I traded it yesterday, and I tend to like to keep my performers on my watch list for a second day play. This had a bad gap down. We sold off a little bit and then popped up at the open. Got a couple bucks on it. $1.50, whatever it was. It's a good trade. Futu. Futu. Is gapped up 7.23%. So it's been volatile in the pre-market alone. Look at all this roller coaster action. This is kind of nuts here. Excuse me while I grab some coffee. But it is definitely in play. We'll see. So AT&T was on the volume list. They traded over 2 million when I was making my list this morning. They looked pretty dead after that. And since then, they've really started to move, at least in a couple candles. I don't think that it looks like the volume might be there, but I don't think that the order flow is. Let's pull in some time and sales. There's shares getting thrown around. This is decent pre-market order flow. So we'll see. We'll keep it on there. Seems to be moving. Hold on 1 second. I've got a slight camera issue as of right now. And I'm going to fix it real fast. Got the mirror effect going on crazy. I'm going to fix it tomorrow. So we got some slight errors going on with the technical feed, but should be fine. So we're on AT&T. It's moving. It should be a pretty decent play today. Neo gapped up huge, just kind of giving it back. These pops, when it was maintaining this, it was interesting. Or losing it, maybe not. So, all right. So that's the list. Let me go back over here and make sure. I have a scanner called Trade Ideas. I use it to form my initial list, and then I go back in and I alter it. Looks like we've got one runner. ASTS. So it's moving. It's the float on ASTS. 38 million. So it's a lower float stock. It is not what we generally would call a low float stock. It's definitely not a penny stock. It's just a lower priced, lower float stock. So I don't have my phone. It's probably a little bit volatile. It's probably going to move. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm kind of learning as I go here. I got up this morning, plenty of time, and then I make my list, and then I go make my breakfast. But I did it out of order. The first thing you got to do is you got to get the coffee. The coffee has to come out the pot first. And it's good. It's really good. Then you make your list. Then you make your breakfast. But the thing with the breakfast is I fucked it up this morning just because I didn't have my coffee. So I made it and I made a mess, and it was kind of a shit situation. We're gonna sit here and watch these things kind of play out for a second. I'm gonna take a sip through the straw, a little ASMR, a little sip through the cup. I don't understand why people like to listen to other people make noises with their mouth and shit, but it is what it is. All right, let's go back through them. Let's finalize the list. I'm not going to stay until the market open. It slows down my processor too much, and then my bills are bad. And I mostly make money by this. So, all right, Amazon. I'm not going to trade it. It's a $3,000 stock. It is going to move today. It's going to move quite a bit, I think. So, if you can afford to trade a $3,000 stock, then it's a good one to watch. CrowdStrike. Not moving enough this morning. Not enough volume. We'll catch it on the scanners. Apple. Apple could be good. Monday, this was just kind of, I should have bought some last night when I was talking about it and then sold it when I got up this morning. But that's okay. We'll keep it on the swing trade list. We're not going to keep it on the day trade list. AMD. Man. Does it have a bad day? We're going to keep that on the list. DocuSign. We're keeping it on the list. This is the one I'm going to watch at the open more than likely unless something just jumps out at me. I don't know if I have shares for short on ASTS. I probably should have checked that. Oxy, this is pretty bad Oxy action, if we're being honest. Like, we've hovered around this level of resistance, basically, and we've gapped down a little bit, and who knows? Who knows where we're going to go? I'm going to wait for it to hit the scanners because it doesn't look great right now. JD. I liked it better before. Keep it on there for the time being. I'm not going to keep Rivian on there. It might be the best stock of the day, but I'm not going to do it. Asana. Well, it's not doing shit. It's up 1.66, but that's only 63 cents. We need a bigger move than that. And this is just not indicative of that. I think it's going to trade in this range. I think we're going to set a range here with this candle. I think we're going to trade in that range. Oh, so let's get rid of it. Futu. Futu had pretty good earnings news, and they've been beaten down, right? They've been kind of getting their asses kicked. They're up 7%. I'll probably hold on to Futu. AT&T is moving. Like, I can't believe I'm going to keep this on my fucking list for now, but like it's moving. And it looks like we're trying to form a bottom here for another move higher. I mean, it's pretty decent. Do I have my indicators on? I don't have my indicators on. All right. So now that I can see that we're bouncing off of R3, that might be different. I don't know. Neo. This looks like garbage to me, guys. Not going to trade it. ASTS. We got a pop. It's really wiki. I don't like how wiki it is. Is it wiki on the 1 minute? It's pretty wiki on the 1 minute. I'm not a fan of the wikiness. But we did just hit, I think that's R2. I don't like how my fucking pivots, the labels go out of display, but it looks like R2. We sold down to that point, pop back up. One thing I've learned from watching the feed in the corner of out of the corner of my eyes, I need to be calmer with the mouse. The mouse is going schizo on me a little bit here, and I need to let that chill. ASTS, we'll keep it on there. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stocks. So I'm going to watch 4. So we'll whittle it down 3 more. Got 5 minutes. Apple, it's sold off too far. It's kind of AMD. Come on. AMD is doing the same, but it's more volatile. It's going to give you more dollar moves. So we're going to keep it. Docu, we're keeping. JD might be one we're getting rid of. It's really good, though. It's pretty decent. But there's no room for a pop. There's 20, 30, 40 cents. There's 40 cents of room for a pop at the open. I don't like it. Getting rid of it. I can't believe AT&T is going to make it to the final list. But, I mean, looks decent. What is the news on AT&T? They must have had some bitchin' earnings. I have no news on AT&T. Look, it's not cheap. It should work every fucking time when I want it to work. Okay. Growth strategy. Looks like they gave a presentation and they were doing the talkie-talkie thing. AT&T rarely does the... Oh, they had earnings. Did they have earnings? No, they did not have earnings. So they just gave a presentation. And it's increased investor confidence, apparently, because it just got bought up. Anyways, it's moving, so keep it on there. ASTS, I don't like the wickiness of it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna keep it off my list, and I'm gonna go with these 4. AMD, Docky's gonna be the guy I'm probably gonna watch at the open. We're not moving a ton right now, which is a little concerning, but volume has picked up since 6 o'clock my time, which is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm in the mountain time zone. It's fantastic here. We got great weather. It's like 3 degrees. Fucking love it. So yeah, so these are the stocks I'm going to watch. AMD, we're just going to let... If you're trading AMD, my advice would be to wait for the close of the first 5-minute candle. Let the SPY pick a direction and then trade with the SPY. DocU is going to be one we're right out of the gate trading. If it does what we want it to do, it's going to sell down a little bit to the bottom, and then it's going to shoot up to find this thing up here or something else, something like this, like 79. A couple bucks, it'll be a good move. Futu's a gap up 7%, but the news is really good, and R1 is a ways away. Right? If we sell off a little bit, there's a lot of room to pop up here for some money-making opportunities. So Futu is good. T is like $1 trillion company. Not really. It's a very large company. It's a $7.3 billion company. There are it's a 7.3 billion share float company. Didn't show market cap on this. Yeah, market cap 169 billion. It's a massive company. It's not going to move. I'll keep it on here, but it's not going to move. Going to trade DocuSign at the open. That being said, guys, it is 7:25. It is time for me to go. Y'all trade safe and get some green, make that money, and y'all have a good day.